So here we are with the creative director of Ghost Recon Future Shoulder, Jean-Marc Geffroy. Thank you. First tell me, Jean-Marc, Ghost Recon, it seems to have a much more realistic feel to it this time around. What has inspired you visually?
Actually, the main inspiration we had is our consultant, because we work with former SEALs, so the guys were spec ops, and they are still doing stuff actually, but for private military stuff. And it was very interesting to communicate with them and to understand their needs, their experience, and to translate it in gameplay. That's why 1 year ago, no, it was not this E3, the previous E3, we show first proof of concept of the game, and it was a bit too much sci-fi at this time. So by talking with the guy, we just, think and say, well, we want to have a genuine spec ops experience. So what and we want to be faithful with the brand. So Grow 1, Grow 2, so Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, and the first Ghost Recon 10 years ago. So it was a kind of mix of their experience and the legacy of the brand.
How do you make a game where have this? How do you interpret the needs for the soldiers in the field and the actual gameplay of the game?
Actually, the first objective they have is information. It's interesting because it's sometimes they have several teams. These guys, just one team, just to observe, see what is the scene where they will go, and they just give information to the team. And that's why all the gameplay we have is based on how can I gather information. So I would say drone, obviously. Sensor grenade, so the sensor grenade helps you to tag enemies, to spot enemies. The camo suit, which is not an invisibility, sorry. It's not an invisibility, it's much more something that lower your visual signature. So it's you can't go very close to an enemy, they will see you and shoot you. So it's how I can gather information. And the second very, very important stuff was how can I coordinate my team. In the previous Grow, you were able to say go there, or tag a place and your teammate who are going to this place. But when we talk with the spec ops, they were like, on the battlefield, it's impossible to do so. You can't ask your guy to go behind the tree or behind the wall. They know, they move together, they are trained for that, but they want to know the threat and they want to communicate about the threat. That's why we have the tagging system, which is I tag a guy, there's a number, I can, if I am in recon, so no fight, I can tag guys, synchronize my shot with my teammates. And when I am in combat, the fight is ongoing. So there I can tag guys just to say this is the most important target, and it bothers me, or I am in danger. So kill this one, or take the aggro. Draw the attention of this guy so that I can flank or I can do stuff. So it was really having the intel, having what we call the intel, which is information, and coordinate my fight. And what was very important for us is the fact that we can play 4 players, and that's what drives us in terms of AI and design, which is each functionality must work when I am 2, 3 or 4 players, human players.
But how, when the military goes to do this in real life, they act as a team. How do you interpret that in the game? Because it takes a lot of, I could imagine, of working with AI, for example.
Yes, it's exactly that. The first, there's two big work actually. 3. Let's 3. First, the main character. The main character should be able to move fast and accurate. So it's a third-person shooter because the camera is just behind the shoulder, but it has to react like a shooter, like a real professional that is able to put a bullet at 100 meters in the target. So we work a lot on the what we call the control. It was a big work. It's 2,500 animation just for the main character. The second point was the teammate. Be sure that the teammate is behaving like a human. It means if I am in recon, my teammate should never break my stealth or my recon. Never. So it's a rule. He will behave in order to avoid being seen or etc. And the third one, which is the most important stuff, was the AI. And it's exactly the same issue we had at the beginning, which was, okay, we want to play 4 players in the campaign, the full campaign. So we can't do an AI like other shooter where the AI is just seeing the player and is just reacting according to the player. In this case, the AI is not. The AI doesn't know who is the player, who is the teammate AI. The AI just know that there's a threat or there's no threat. The AI should know. It knows if it must go at cover, in order to be safe, or where is the best line of sight for the threat. That means that we can play with the AI. I would say play with the AI as we want. If I need to draw the attention on my teammate, I will ask my teammate to shoot on that guy, so that the AI will focus on the threat and not anymore on the player. The player can flank or can use his drone to recon better, or can. So it's really what we call a thinking shooter, which is okay. I can shoot if I want, like a normal shooter, but if I want to have the real experience, I will try to play with how I draw the attention, how I can flank enemies, and the levels are pretty huge to do so.
We've heard this. You used this term before. This term about this is a game for the thinking shooter, the thinking gamer. What do you mean by that term exactly?
But actually, we as I say, we try to be faithful to the brand. And today, the shooter genre is dominated by a scripted shooter, which is cool, and where you challenge mainly the reflex of the player, the fact that he will shoot a lot of bullets, and he will try to go fast. What we try to do is, okay, you can play like that, but it will be very hard because you have a very strong AI in front of you. So we give a lot of tools for the player to try to set his combat as he wants. I arrive on a scene, I can observe, I can use my drone, my sensor, gather the intel, select some target to eliminate first, sync shot them, then I will really start the fight when I want to do it. And it was exactly what the Spec Ops were found. Our consultant was saying, actually, what they are looking for is the moment they can trigger the fight and they are sure that they are on an edge. So what we ask the player is try to find the edge to fight to start the fight, and then if you rely on your teammate or you rely on your strategy, your tactic, and then you go in the fight. But it's really what we intend by a thinking shooter.
We've also seen in this demonstration today that you have worked a lot with the pacing of the game, and there are the quieter moments with relies more on tactics, and then there's a more heavy pace. How do you manage between those pacings?
I'm very happy that you see that, because it's for us it was the one of the pillar, I would say, of the game, which is my AI should not be scripted. My AI has a goal in his life. So my enemy is guarding something, patrolling, do stuff. So I am able to play with the AI when the AI doesn't know that you are there. But the AI must be able to switch from I'm quiet to okay, there's a threat. Oh, the threat is there, so I have to move and to behave according to the threat. So it means that today we can do what we want with AI. I mean, there's no scripted stuff where there you need to do. When I did the demo, each time I do the demo, it's like I hope that I will not be killed if I go too fast. I try to go too fast, and I was shot actually during the demo because I did the wrong thing, even if my teammate was there to heal me, and I have several chances like that to go back. But it's real that it's one more time. It's going back to the AI and be sure that the AI is able to react according the situation, the behavior, and the cover and the cover the AI has just close to her.
In this presentation today, we've also seen or heard a little bit about the Kinect functionality, and we also seen it at E3 last summer. How will you implement Kinect with the Future Soldier?
In this opus, we just concentrate ourselves on the gunsmith. So the gunsmith is the part where you customize your gun, and it's a big customization because, as we said, we have 52 guns and 49 attachments. So you have millions of possibilities, and it's really something we learn also from Spec Ops, because these guys, they have the right to choose the gun they want, and they have they have credits, they have money to change the weapon as they want, which is not the case for Marines or normal soldier. And so we use Kinect, saying we'll focus Kinect on that. First, it will be our first step in the Kinect, in Ghost Recon. So you can, by using your hand, you can explode the gun, choose a piece, change a piece, then try it in the shooting range, see the accuracy, see if it's behaved like you want, change it, and it's focused only on the gunsmith system.
You here finally. What makes Ghost Recon Future Soldier different than the vast array of shooters that we've seen last year?
There's several things. The first thing is what we said. It's a thinking shooter. It's not a Me Too. It was something very important for us. Not doing a Me Too because the others are doing a great job. The brand is not like that. Our brand. So we don't want you to do the same. So it's if you want to play another type of shooter where you can observe, think a bit, act when you want, and having something not scripted, not a rail shooter like the other, then it's something new. The other stuff is if you want to really be, I would say, closer to the reality. It's very realistic in terms of weapon, what they are doing, the type of missions they are doing. It's not over the top, never. The Spec Ops are often they are acting to prevent the war. They are not in the war. When the war is there, they fight, obviously. But they all the mission they have when we talk with them, it's really to prevent the war or to rescue people, and sometimes eliminate targets. So we try to say, okay, what we want is something the most closer to the reality we can. Really something very close to the reality. So it's something important. The third point is if you want to play a real full campaign with your friend, the game is, to me, the game is even cooler when you play with a friend, because then it's really you feel the brotherhood, the fact that you will cover your teammate, the fact that you are complementary. Maybe you will use a drone and your teammate will use a sniper. Another one will be much more, but you have to coordinate. And it's very interesting because the game is not easier in co-op than in solo. Because when you have to coordinate, it means that you need to communicate. You need to use all the system we offer to the player. So it's really new. We are pretty sure about that.
All right, here finally, Jean-Marc. When can we expect to see Ghost Recon Future Soldier?
24th of May.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.